Alright, are we live? Alright, looks like we're live. So, what's going on, guys? This is Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, as you probably already heard from Plywood. And I'll be running this on Extreme, going for the big boss rank. Whoops, I need to turn on my freaking TV. So concerned with setting everything else up. So, with me I got Alien, who has the record for this game and the record for normal mode. Normal mode is actually a really entertaining run, you'd be surprised.
Hello everyone, I'm Alien. I primarily run normal, and I'm going to be offering some extra commentary for this run.
Yep, so let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, Twin Snakes on Extreme. Unlike normal, we don't really have much of an opportunity to mess around with the guards during the wait in this dock section here. I mean, you could if you're like wall guy and you kind of know where they're all gonna go. So, for me and most other people, we just go and hide in the locker for about a minute and a half. But yeah, one thing I need to mention for Extreme and going for Big Boss rank is that this game was not very well balanced for Extreme mode. Like, things don't do nearly as much damage as other things do in like Metal Gear Solid 2 and such. So they balanced this rank by needing you to turn on game over if discovered. So that means I have to be extra careful in some rooms so I don't get spotted, or else that's instantly GG for my rank. But if I just take things safely, or if I just know what I'm doing, then we're good. So like I said, just gotta chill here in the locker for a bit. I mean, I could mess around, but it could be a little risky.
And right after this dock section, we're going to head up an elevator, and after a plethora of cutscenes and codecs, we'll be out on the helipad. We're going to juke a guard and have him walk around this corner. So we'll slip past him, go to the lockers, get a stun grenade, and juke another guard, and then we'll head into the vents with the most exciting part of the run afterward.
Yeah, there is an annoying technique in this game that you'll see that no one likes doing, but it is faster, unfortunately. We got a bit of time to mess around still.
I want to take the free time to thank you in advance for watching this marathon. It means a lot. Oh, hey, Shiver Snake.
Yeah, we call that the Shiver Snake where he's crouching. But when the screen's flickering, we call that the Seizure Snake. That particular spot in the elevator is really silly. Skipping some codecs and cutscenes. You actually save a few seconds if you have radar turned off, because you'll skip an extra cutscene and extra codec.
Start of the run is fairly slow. We'll be doing a little over 6 minutes, or just about 6 minutes, of walking from point A to point B and watching these cutscenes over and over again, and then we're going to head into a very stressful fight immediately after. So right here, jukes the guard, no problem. Gives us a generous angle to go over to. And now that we have these stun grenades, that'll enable us to do a very important but very annoying exploit. Let's now pass this camera.
Mashing the R button while you're crawling, like if you mash between 5 to 7 times per second, you actually speed up your crawling by a little bit over 10%. So this is super annoying, but it's unfortunately faster.
On a GameCube controller, no less.
Yeah, the most awkward of shoulder buttons to mash as well. Ugh. Thankfully for this first vent, I can kind of take it easy because of the guards pattern, and I have to like wait for one guy to turn around, so. The second vent though, I'm definitely gonna have to, I can't chill out. Alright. Got to wait for this guy to turn around. I'm gonna roll on through him. The safest thing to do is just toss him, but if you want to like get some extra movement progress, you want to roll through him.
Another little detail that stems from Metal Gear Solid 2, if you didn't see the run from before, you want to mash the elevator buttons at least twice, so they'll come down faster. It actually speeds up its progress, unless you get the fast elevator, which is like less than a 10% chance of happening. But now
it
we're in
saves
another
you like
min.
2 to 3 seconds each time you get one.
Just one of the lovely points of luck in this run.
Yeah, among the other
we'll
bosses.
be dealing with quite a bit.
Yeah. There's like only 2 bits of RNG outside of bosses in this game, and that's the fast elevators and the infamous wolves in the caves. They got a bit of RNG to their movement. Not to their placement, but their movement. Alright, now we're done with stupid mashing for a while, so now people are gonna stop being irritated. Myself included. So now we just chill out here until Meryl opens the door for us. I think I don't need to go through all the events that happen, because I feel like most people in here know what happens in MGS1. It's the same thing, just MGS2 engine. Where things are extra fun and abusable.
Right. The idea is that we're gonna fight these guys by shooting headshots, abusing the glorious first-person view that carries over from MGS2, take them out in an instant, and rely on Meryl to clean up the rest of them.
Yeah. If I screw up aiming here, there's a bonus ammo I can get. And I'm wasting that SOCOM ammo on purpose, by the way, because I'm trying to gather up magazines for a future boss strat.
Don't talk to me like
You'll
a
see it when it
rookie.
comes by.
I'm telling you, shoot!
There you go, Meryl.
Meryl's done well so far.
3,
He's take an advantageous position here. Shoot
4,
2 sets of 3, and then a set of 1.
5, 6. Let's see, I'm down 1 shot. Ocelot would be risky. Should I grab the extra ammo?
You should.
Yeah. Might as well, since it's a marathon. So I would go into Ocelot with only 3 M9 shots, but it's really easy to miss on accident. Alright, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Assisting in a kill does not count as a kill.
Yeah.
So having Meryl shoot the rest of, or the guard down with 1 point of damage, like the idea is you shoot his right arm, so Meryl shoots his left arm, and if both arms are damaged, then he just dies immediately. It doesn't always happen, but
Yeah.
it's technically reliable.
Yeah, she has a nasty habit of like shooting at someone and only knocking them over instead of killing them. It means that she shot his arm, and you have to sit there and wait for the guy to get back up, and then like, I don't know, just do stuff, and then she'll either not shoot him, she'll start shooting blanks, or she'll just kill him really slowly. So you assist that kill by just shooting his arm. So I would usually only grab 3 C4s here, but since I'm paranoid about my ammo, I'm just gonna pick up an extra one so I can get some ammo up here. It's about like roughly a 10-second loss, but it's not a big deal. I just don't want this run to die. Oh. Well, I messed up the C4. Shoot. Well, dang. See, I'm not used to doing that strat. Alright. No problem. No problem here, boss. I don't normally blow up the C4 from there, so I'm just not used to it. That's whatever, though. No problem. It's not like we're losing the run over it. I ain't worried. I'm so worried. Alright.
This boss is simultaneously a joke and extremely scary. That is if you're doing the optimal route currently for RTA.
Hiding won't
So
help.
you go ahead and witness this really hard boss.
Yeah, it's only stressful if you were gonna go into it with 3 shots like I was about to, but if I missed a shot, then that basically would have meant extremely tough time trying to grab extra ammo that's right next to the C4 wires, so I probably would have lost Big Boss if I missed a single shot. But that's why he's simultaneously the hardest and the easiest thing in the game, Kappa. Alright, 140.15. I just realized something. I didn't get myself an extra magazine because I grabbed extra M9 ammo. Should I waste more SOCOM ammo before I proceed to give me another magazine? I think I'll do
You
that.
can either, yeah, you can either do that or go back into that hole with the stun grenades, but it's up to you.
Alright, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Steam in my face. Alright. I wanted to grab an extra magazine, because, like, the more magazines you have for the tank boss, the more chances you get at doing a good fight.
Is there somebody there?
And I forgot that if I grab extra ammo, I need to make sure I waste all my ammo first. Alright, so coming up is a really YOLO strat for these lasers, where I can basically roll through all of them and not have to shoot out any of the sensors.
It's entirely movement dependent, so if he's able to get around this corner and roll at a specific time, then he can bypass all the lasers without having to disable them.
And we got it.
Again, abusing the crawling and mashing to get extra speed, enabling us to get past the lasers. Like, you have barely enough time to get through them. Go over here and grab the chaffs that we'll need for the tank.
Alright, so I'm gonna focus here, because this boss is
Very-
the hardest and worst boss in the game. No joke.
Very weird specific boss now that some further optimizations have been done. He's throwing a chaff so he won't get blasted by the cannon. He's going to switch to the stuns and he's going to pull it right down this hill and chuck it in. So that's going to do full damage. He's switching to the magazine here. And if he dunks it in, which he did first try, he can switch to the M9 and that'll trick the game into thinking that the gunner is taking damage from whatever was thrown in there. So he's going to chuck another one, and
Missed a couple shots, that's fine. There we go.
take this position.
See how you like this?
See how you like this?
Doing that enables the M9 shots to do double their damage. The M9 shots would only do half of what a dunked grenade would do otherwise. And it's a very unique optimization
Oh,
that...
in there. Perfect fight.
Wow. Perfect tank. That is not likely at all. That's really good.
Yeah, those are hard fights to get.
Dang. Really cool to show that off here.
Yeah, definitely.
So earlier we were talking about mashing through vents. Now we're gonna mash through this door.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very... I don't even know. Like, if you go up against the wall and crouch, and then you push the direction on the stick in the opposite way you're going, you can go the other way, because Snake will just slide. Since the first part of his animation, he actually moves backwards. So by doing that over and over, you can just phase through that thin piece of wall.
Yeah, pretty
And
much, and
that-
it skips a codec.
Yeah, it skips a codec, and it's faster than crawling. So it's like win-win.
Yeah, for sure. And next we're coming up on Ninja, who has gone through so many different strat changes that we're now at something that's very, very usable and very, very fast. And it involves looping his first phase over and over again so that he doesn't go through his other phases of the fight. And we're pretty much going to be hitting him with explosions over and over again so we loop his first phase.
Yeah, the only time that Nikita is useful for the run is in this segment of the game, because you have to do this with the disabling of the electric floors, and then we're going to use it again on the ninja, otherwise it won't be useful. Explode early. Minor thing to speed that up.
Yeah, save some frames by switching out your Nikita to your whatever's, just switching off the Nikita and it'll blow up the missile early. Abusing them hitboxes. And another mechanic we're going to be using on the ninja is punch Nikita kick combo, where you basically punch twice with a gun, M9 or SOCOM, and before the kick lands, you swap to your Nikita, and it'll do Nikita smack damage with your kick.
Alright, so at the beginning of the fight, he swaps to M9, because not only do guns actually triple your melee damage as opposed to doing it barehanded, but he's going to be using the M9 for the upcoming Mantis segment. So we're going to go up against this wall here, and this will completely manipulate his teleport pattern, so nothing weird will happen. He's going to do this over and over again until the ninja has one combo or less worth of health for the last phase. Because we can't actually finish the fight in first phase, we have to go to phase 2 or deeper. Shoot one more Nikita.
Alright, good fight. I just have to roll into him and we're done.
Nice.
That's good, Snake. I just love hearing that over and over again. That's good, Snake. It means you're doing it right. That's good, Snake. Alright, I have 12 M9 shots. That's enough for Mantis. So yeah, other than the very beginning up to Ocelot, this run is actually pretty solid. Had a couple pretty good bosses. It's just the very beginning of the game, all the way up to Ocelot, things are really punishing because of your M9 ammo and how much time you lose going for more of it. And then if you screw up with your low amount of ammo, you can just easily lose the run. So I'm down a bit of time compared to my PB because of that, but getting a perfect tank, good ninja, and if things keep going good from here, I can still get really close to my PB, if not actually get one. But we'll see. We're just now getting up to the real RNG bosses, so they could very well just throw my pace into the toilet. So just making our way all the way on back to, I forget the name of the area, but we're pretty much gonna go find Meryl. Gonna knock on the wall to distract her, and then get her to run to the bathroom, and then, you know, we just go to the girls' bathroom. It's not a big deal. Remember to press up on the elevator panel, because every elevator up to this point was down, and it's kind of easy to just make a mistake. Yeah, there are some runs on emulator. It's just emulator is faster than console, so it's kind of a tricky thing to like set up properly. But we might make a final ruling on that at some point. But emulator is still absolutely amazing for practice. So another thing about Meryl is we abuse her a lot in this run. we definitely abuse her.
Yeah, Meryl does not get a happy ending, unfortunately, for the name of speed. It's already rolling into her, and after this little cutscene, I have to do a punch-punch-kick combo on her to knock her down, because Psycho Mantis is controlling her, and that's bad. So coming up on the Mantis fight, the first thing that needs to happen is having a controller in port 4. Blue's gonna remove his controller from port 1, put it in port 4, and then after this blackout, the fight begins. He's gonna shoot Mantis once, and run up to him, punch him 3 times, then do another low damage shot, for a specific reason. Every damage output after that will be the critical damage, and this will allow us to skip the next phase of the fight where Meryl starts shooting you. Instead, Meryl just immediately falls to the ground.
I almost got hit by a chair.
Oh, chair?
That was close. So that's the worst part of the fight out of the way, for sure. So because of all the specific damage I did, she just fell down immediately instead of having to bother with taking her down while she's trying to shoot at me. Let's go for the quick shot.
Stop! Meryl!
Got it. There's 2 shots left, and he gave me the Y. Thanks, Mantis.
The only form of RNG in this fight, whether or not he'll talk to you during the cutscenes, or after he's dead.
Yeah, there was
Nice.
a famous one that happened to Erlian where after he fell down on the ground, and you just hear "what?" and then cutscene starts. Just beautiful. Alright, now for my most hated part of the game, besides Rex's lair, is these caves dealing with the wolves. I really, really hate this room. We go through here 3 times without the handkerchief. So I'm taking a safe route to get around this first one so I don't alert him. And we'll try to shoot the second one. Alright, Snake hit him. I'm saying Snake hit him because it feels so random whether or not he's gonna shoot the dog. I think we're gonna abuse Meryl. Skip that extra scene of her saying, "Snake, I thought you were good with dogs," so we abuse her some more to do that. And I'm not gonna do mind skip, that's some task garbage.
Shoutouts to I'm Ruckus for getting the task track here first try, the fastest possible way he could have done it.
Yeah, it only saves half a second, but my god, it's crazy. Like, what you do is, you bring up your weapon or item menu right as a mine explosion happens, and you skip the damage and any hit stun and anything related to it. So you're pretty much just rolling through mines at the cost of just opening your menu twice. But that's extremely precise, you have no idea.
You can abuse that with any sort of explosion in the game, but that's the only point where it'd be useful to save time, but doing it as a human, unless you're godlike Ruckus, is just very improbable. Yeah, so the dog got
Saw me
alerted
early.
The fun part.
That's why caves sucks, dude. Like, what movement pattern they choose is random, and he just decided to stay close enough to alert early.
It can get really, really, really dreadful. The newer you are at the game, the less intuitive it is to deal with them. But yeah, what happened there was the puppy was right next to Blue when he came out of the crawling space, alerting the dog immediately, so their pattern was immediately aggro.
Yeah, I couldn't take my safe method. And fun thing about this game that the original doesn't, or an improvement for this game over the original, there are improvements, you'd be surprised, is that I don't have to backtrack all the way to the armory. I can just go grab the PSG-1T. And considering the requirements for Big Boss, you don't want to get any kills, so you're basically required to go faster, which is excellent. It's based on how quick you move with dogs. Interesting. I haven't done enough testing in the caves. Oh geez. Should be fine still. So I'm gonna grab some extra ammo for the PSG-1T. Oh, dead zone, stop it. Shoot the dog. Alright, there we go. At least that one went mostly smoothly. Out of the 3 visits, I only got hit once. I'll definitely take that. Alright, so now for the first real RNG boss.
So this is Sniper Wolf. You're gonna have to take this fight with a ammo conservation mindset. So hopefully getting a good pattern here. Oh.
What is she doing? What is this pattern?
Yeah, this is some crazy right corner action here. Alright, you gonna shoot her while she's moving? Yes, you are.
That was still a decent fight regardless. It was just she
Yeah.
threw me for a loop.
You're gonna need to maintain a good ammo count in that PSG-1T. Unfortunately, we can't abuse the infinitely respawning ammo during Wolf 2 because we'll need the PSG-1T during Raven, and that only happens when you don't have ammo. So, need more than 10 shots.
Yeah, so you really want to be careful with your ammo. Unlike on normal, you can just spam your shots, and then for Raven, use a different strat. And there goes Merrill. GG. You win. Yeah, this is still a solid run, other than just the Ocelot split, more or less. So I had to waste some time to grab some extra M9 ammo, and then I whiffed a C4. But we're fine. Still solid pace, regardless. It may not be 57 pace. Probably not, but I could still very well be a good 58.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really liking the way this run is panning out. At
Yeah.
least disc 1 so far. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And now coming to the end of disc 1, we get our first moment of reprieve, locked in the jail cell. And the only form of tech that we can do to speed this up is interrupting Johnny's sneezes by knocking on the wall.
Yeah, because like he has several stopping points where he'll decide whether or not he'll sneeze. And if we knock on the wall and irritate him, it'll actually interrupt his sneeze, and it's faster than letting him sneeze.
Hey,
Skip all them sneezes. Hey,
Shut up in there, will you?
shut up in there, will ya?
shut up in there, will you?
Hey,
Hey. How many hays?
shut up in there, will ya? Shut up in there, will ya?
Shut up in there, will you? No.
Hey.
Hey.
Shut
Think
up.
And
we're
here's
four
his
for
final stop.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up in there, will ya? Hey. Hey.
Hey. Did I skip them all? Yep. Skipped all the sneezes. Saves like, I don't know, like 4 seconds or something like that.
Stomach. Damn it.
Some of these corners are funky. So all we can do is just sit here and wait for Otacon to get over here. If Johnny wasn't in a rush, or if he was too late, this is how he'd be walking.
Hey, I'm here. Where?
Alright, now time to use the ketchup that Otacon gave us. And switch to the handkerchief right now because it's 1 input less on your menus compared to when you get your stuff back.
Also, you're gonna get up slightly early, aren't you? So you'll completely bork the strat?
What are you gonna play around that ketchup for?
What the heck?
What the heck? Got cut off. So right when you hear the door click, that's when you run through. Let's try to get him the single choke. There we go. I had a couple practice runs earlier and messed that part up where I throw him on accident at the same time as bonking. And it gave me the extra scene I didn't want. Okay, I want to replug my controller. That's annoying. These dead zones. This game, they did not do a very good job of calibrating the GameCube stick with an engine that was made on a PS2. Like, you're trying to run and then you'll just suddenly start walking out of nowhere because they didn't do a good job with sticks. It's awful. Alright.
It's right here. Are you gonna do the hold up strat?
No, I actually game overed on it recently by doing it
Okay,
too
okay.
early, so I'm just gonna shoot him while running.
Not worth it. I
Yeah.
got you. Most efficient way to get through this, distract him, then take out the other guy.
What's that?
And then you don't want to move too early after you trank the second guy, because the guy over on the side will actually get spooked, and that could ruin everything.
Yeah, at the very least, it'll lose you time if you approach too early. Back here again, gonna do the same exact thing earlier. On the right side, phase through.
Is there somebody there?
The strat Blue's doing for this area is the most consistent one, but there were a couple interesting ones that involve phasing through at the left side and being right up in the other guard's grill, which
It's
has lost
really
me some
scary and
runs.
really risky.
Quite a few runs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, something quick to note that's also in MGS2 that I did a couple times so far in this run is that you want to roll up near the end of stairs, because you get that burst of speed going up the stairs, which ends up being faster than just running all the way up. In most situations, there's some situations where it's not, but most of the time it is. And if you do that in the ascension for the communications towers, it's like at least 5 seconds faster overall. Alright, now since I have the handkerchief, these wolves are no longer a threat, and I can collect some ammo in frickin' peace. Oh, dead zone, stop it. Alright, now we're just about to head into Disc 2. In the original, I think Disc 2 starts going into the blast furnace, was it? In this
Correct.
game, yeah, in this game, it's at the end of this room. And I got my case already open, ready to go. And this game is a little bit picky on when you're allowed to take the disc out. Like, if you do it too early, it'll complain. It's like, no, I gotta put the disc back in. And then seconds later, okay, now I can switch the discs. The way I look at it is when the logo is fully faded in, like when it's almost completely solid, that's when you can open it. But if you do it too early, yeah, the game will complain. And then we're gonna head into another obnoxiously difficult section of the game, the tower climb.
Blue specifically menu to the stuns in M9 because that'll be his 2 sources of damage to get through these really relentless guards.
Yeah, this part is kind of brutal, especially if you're not good at the game yet. Like, I remember casually I've died here several times while using body armor because I just wasn't good at it. But once you memorize the guard locations and when you should cook and throw stun grenades, then it's not that hard, but it can get really annoying. And one major annoying thing about this part too is while you're cooking your stun grenades and you're about to throw it, you can easily get sniped and then you have to deal with that guard in some other way. So I'll cook it right here. Please don't snipe me. Please don't snipe me. Alright, no snipe. Well, my M9 had no ammo, but that's fine. You just roll into him. Still good.
Thankfully, there's some M9 ammo right up here that he's going to use throughout the rest of the tower because he's going to run out of stun grenades. So I need to manage which enemies he's going to stun and which he's going to M9, which is already planned out.
Oh my god, Snake, you are terrible at aiming your gun. Thankfully, you
agree.
didn't knock me over. I thought he almost didn't get trained because that was a late reaction. And just one more tough throw. Ooh, I got them both. That was sick. Alright, so I got 1 stun left to use, and it's a really easy one to time and throw. That was a good tower, actually. Oh, don't speak too soon. Alright, now it's a good tower. I got hit
superb.
yeah, like I got hit the expected number of times. Oh god, they're trying to snipe me from down there. Oh yeah, this is definitely a fun game to run. It can definitely be a bit punishing, and it knows how to press your emotional buttons. It's gotten me mad very many times, but overall it's a fun game to run. I definitely recommend trying it. Like, this is one of those games where it's like, even if it's questionable casually, it's actually a really good speed game. So we go into this trigger with the rope. It allows us to start the next section immediately, because if you didn't have the rope equipped by the time you got to this part, you would waste a few seconds pulling the rope back out. And then this part here, It's way shorter than the original, but we got a glitch we can use to push ourselves down really quickly near the end of it. Down once, twice. Getting hit by the steam is intentional, but that steam is RNG, and you can sometimes get through without a hit. Left, down, down right, and a girder glitch, and a weird scene transition glitch. It looks like it crashed, but it didn't.
Yeah, just messing around with that part, you can get a lot of weird stuff to happen. So right here, you use Pentasmin, shoot these 3 guys, and boom, easy game.
And I switched to the chaff because it's quicker to get to the chaff from the PSG one. And I'm going to be using them for the camera turrets on the way up.
So we have to come down here to enable the next cutscene to play.
Yeah, we got to get the jam.
Damn. Damn.
Alright, he's said it, alright? That means we're allowed to.
Be smart.
We definitely smart. So for rolling up the steps here, I like to count roughly 5 steps, and then right after the 5th step, you just you roll and then you're good. Another good visual cue for when you want to roll is like right when the number marker for that floor appears on the screen. That's another good one. So I have 3 chaff, and there's 4 sets of turrets. There's only 1 turret here, so that one's fine to take a hit from, but the rest of them, you'll ideally want to chaff them because they'll start to cause lag, and lag sucks. No one likes lag. And because we want to take less hits too. Because the next boss we're coming up on is another very RNG heavy boss, and the RNG is a lot worse in normal mode because of how much slower the fight moves. In extreme, he's way more aggressive.
I was going to say, this is a fight that you could potentially take a lot of damage on, and having to not use a ration here would be ideal, because nice glitch, or a nice weird roll animation. Because later on, if something goes wrong in Rex's lair, you may have to sack a ration on the Rex fight. So
Raven is another good one too. Like you can get unlucky Raven. And he'll hit you with a shot, and then it becomes extremely scary all of a sudden. So your ration spots are Hind, Raven, and Rex.
Lowering the risk of using them at any of those points is very good for saving big boss rank.
Yeah, and big boss you're allowed to use exactly 1 ration.
Shoot the Hind here, and then it'll go to very specific spots based on the timing of your shots. It's kind of hard to explain. He finishes where he's going and then tends to go diagonally from there on the map if you view it from like northeast, southwest. So that's typically what you'll look for this first phase. And then right after he gets the nice shot, that'll enable Liquid to go into a second phase. You can land 1 final shot before that transition.
Oh, did I hit him? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you got him.
I think I have auto lock as well. It's a really strange mechanic with this Stinger, where like, it'll just lock onto a target without it being directly centered. Not sure why that is, but for some reason if a target kind of moves into your range, it's possible to lock onto it without even directly aiming at it. But you lose this weird aiming glitch if you take your Stinger off. So if you get this like auto lock on glitch, you want to not leave your Stinger. Otherwise you might struggle to get it back, to turn it back on again. It makes this particular phase really effortless.
Yeah, it's definitely a weight off your shoulders with the awkward positions that he can land himself in. But yeah, this is a little bit of
minus this particular. This is a bad cycle, but the rest have been good so far.
Yeah, how fast he comes up is actually based on luck. But other than that, the fight is all execution. Well, you know, how much there can be if you get the auto lock glitch. Man, pretty good.
Alright, yeah, it was a pretty good Hind. I'd totally take that in a run. That was only like 1 bad cycle. Where'd you go? Alright, then we're going to descend the tower, and I have the grenades out for a reason. All those turrets that I chaffed, well, on the way down, you can throw grenades at them and not have to worry about getting hit by them at all, as long as you time your cooks and throws right. So let's see, it's very timing specific, but there's a little bit of leniency. Cook. And throw. I was slightly late, so there's a couple turrets left. So the backup is just take a tumble. You got some iframes coming back up, so GG. Is that good enough? Yeah, there we go. So just time your throws, and you'll get rid of all the turrets on the way down. That was a little late, but I still got it. And just one more. Alright. So I have one grenade left, and it's actually going to be useful for Rex's lair. As anyone who's played MGS1 knows about the rat that has your PAL key. And in the original, the rat is RNG where it's positioned and such, but on this game, it's always going to start in the same position, so what we're going to do is throw a grenade at it. And we'll get it every time. Unless I mess up, then not every time. And then here's some famous words from our good soldier buddies. Brought to you by Articon Face.
Too late, Snake. Now die!
Too late, Snake.
Right here, same stuff as usual, force encounters, just lock on immediately, go up to the head. Tomorrow, for the normal run, we'll be showing off a very flashy, nice strat for this part, which unfortunately you can't do on Extreme with trying to get Big Boss and not being able to kill anyone.
Yeah, the normal run is actually really entertaining. I highly suggest you check it out if you like the Extreme run. And I hope you like it, because so far it's going well.
Yeah, it actually is. It's very, like, aside from a couple minor things in the Ocelot split, it's just really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, normal takes things quite a bit more YOLO, and, like, it's very straightforward and just barreling your way through the run.
All right.
So now that we're at Wolf 2...
And the next RNG heavy boss, let's hope she's not being a total tree hugger.
I'm gonna hope that she's at the right side first, because she has more opportunities for movement, less for hiding. Alright, she's like in the middle kind of, she's going right though, that's good. It's a more wide open space.
Oh, she didn't shoot. Interesting. Alright, come on. Ah, I hit her in the shoulder. Alright, she's giving me the left side wolf treatment on the right side. That's not cool. So I guess my pace is kind of ruined by this boss.
Yeah, what should happen and what actually happens...
Come on.
Oh boy.
Come on.
Shooter! Why was that a shoulder shot? You kidding me?
This boss sucks.
What is this game?
Alright, you know what? That's fine. I can still get a solid time out of this. That's why no one likes fighting this boss. She likes to just sit there and hide, and then you have to really lead your shot too, and it can be inconsistent because, like, you're in one corner and she's moving along two different lines that can vary in distance, so your leading time varies as well, so it's a very difficult fight, you'd be surprised. It's my worst fight.
There are so many variations, like, the height that she's at also changes depending on what side she's on, and how close she is, so yeah, you have to lead your shots differently. It's just a pain. You just have to get better at it by doing it over and over to understand those nuances. But yeah, you take the most direct path, falling down, grabbing some stinger bullets for the Rex fight. And Steam is going to be Steam.
It's fine though. Like, you're almost guaranteed to exit this next elevator fight with bleeding health, but it's whatever. You're basically gonna fight Raven with the same health just about every time. So it's kind of whatever. Just sucks to lose some time to Steam RNG. Let's see if I can do this part right. This is kind of cool.
Another forced encounter here. Gonna go ahead and lock on.
Oh, I traded. That's good enough for me.
Hey, in there. So that last guy, he's gonna be behind you at the end no matter what. Like even if you take out the guards in different orders. So what you can do is go out of first person view while continuing to hold B, and you'll lock onto him. And then you can immediately go back in first person view and get him an easy headshot. It's very fast, it's very cool looking.
Dead zones! That's the biggest complaint I have with this game's controls, dude.
Speaking of very fast and very cool looking, dead zones are not that at all.
Yeah, they're definitely not that.
Very annoying.
Dang, dude, yeah. That's not cool, guys.
It's a metaphor for
what just
that wolf
flew right
too.
through me? That's never happened before? No, that's probably happened, I just never noticed. I'm not gonna make that it never happened before. That doesn't count. Alright, so Raven. The safest and easiest strat, and I think even the fastest as well, is just run away to the corner and go into prone and shoot him in the dome with your sniper. And this is the reason why you want to be careful with your ammo, because if you don't have enough shots to finish him, then you're in trouble.
For whatever reason, specifically being prone in your sniper rifle scope allows all these shots to like go right over you. Most of the time you're not going to take a hit, and it's very nice. Because if he was using M9 or any other weapon... Oh. So we're going to have to do the backup here, run to the bottom left corner, and then repeat the process essentially, but it's a little unfortunate when this happens. It shouldn't be very costly though.
Yeah, it's like maybe around 10 seconds-ish. GameCube, hello? That was an unnecessarily long load. I heard the GameCube make a click sound. That scared me.
Second time today, thinking.
Yeah, I may have to go clean my discs or something. I kind of wonder if that influences the IGT or not. I'm gonna hope it doesn't. That's fine though. So I lost a bit of time to Raven, but otherwise... no, not otherwise. Wolf 2 was kind of bad too. I had some good bosses and a few bad ones. So this room, you just run right on by. Grab this ammo while we're at it. Alright, so I'm not going to go for the YOLO strat for the first guard. I used to be good at it, but then for some reason I just like broke muscle memory and totally lost it, and I lost several runs to it, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Not until I can get it back. But there's a really YOLO strat for this first guy up the steps where your stepping sounds will get his attention, but you hold him up before he turns all the way around, then you roll into him and he falls off and dies. But
dies, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Since the game doesn't actually count it as a kill. It's very cool, but also it's the scariest thing in the game.
Yeah, the scariest thing in the game, because your run can just die in the blink of an eye, dude. I'm surprised I hit him.
I'm just gonna take out all the guards in here, and they'll be knocked out for long enough for us to do our thing with the PAL key.
Yep. So let's get this next guy. Alright. Getting that guy's
specifically getting them during their cycles where they're out of the way too, so you won't have to step over them, save for one guy.
So I'm gonna knock out one more guy, and then I'm gonna do the infamous drop, where sometimes the game can just decide to not let you grab it at all. And big boss runs will often come down to this.
Bless RNG question mark? This ledge, dude. For some weird reason, it's like the most precise thing ever.
Got it. Didn't lose the run, boys.
In there.
And here's a use for that grenade. Throw it at the rat. And we get our key. Although it fell in the water, that's kind of not cool. Key?
Another minor form of RNG.
Key?
Where that key's gonna go.
There. Did it like bounce backward or something? Alright. No problem. I should still be good enough to get through this area without the guards waking up. So I switched to the SOCOM for a specific reason. I'm gonna shoot out the camera, the first camera in this next room. The second one doesn't really matter, it's never close enough to be a problem. But you shoot out the first camera, and then we're gonna do the thing with the PAL key where we change temperature. And this is, in my opinion, another improvement from the original game, is that, sure, you can choose to change the temperature the original way, where you go hang out in the blast furnace and whatever the other place is called, the freaking fridge.
The warehouse, yeah.
Yeah, that place. But in this game, you also have the option to go over to the right side of this room, and there's a couple temperature pipes. And all you have to do is just shoot one out, and it'll change your key's color right away. We're basically saving several minutes of backtracking. I have to sit here and waste our time with our thumb up our butts.
This is objectively an improvement over the first game.
I agree. How do I keep missing that second grab, dude? I missed it twice earlier today in another practice run. That's fine. I have my ration, so I'm not worried. If I didn't have my ration, I'd be a little bit worried. So this is kind of the boring section of the game, just going back and forth, changing key temperature.
Rinse and repeat, this time with more codecs.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully not failing to grab the rope.
Yeah, I would like to keep some more of my health.
It's coming up for Rex, going to intentionally be taking damage for the most straightforward fight possible, at least in Phase 2 with the way Blue does it.
Yeah, I do
And
phase
when
one
you're-
in kind of a risky way that kind of can accidentally trigger auto lock and make it lock onto the wrong thing, but it's just how I prefer to do the fight. You'll see though. I almost did the alien. I re-grabbed the same ledge, but thankfully I managed to grab the second one. Alright, they better not start
game
waiting
does
for me
things too.
pissed. Alright, I think I'm in the clear. You have a lot more time than you think when you just knock them out knock them all out once. So even though it looks like guaranteed big boss rank, that is sometimes not the case. I had a practice run this morning, lose big boss rank during the escape because I had to shoot out the barrels from the Jeep, but a guard was standing directly in front of the gun, and I could not shoot him. I tried to aim at the barrel past him. There was empty space to the right of him, next to his shoulder, but the shots were still hitting, and he died, and I lost big boss. It was gonna be my first 57 IGT as well. Oh well. Twin snakes is twin snakes. So that's our PAL keys inserted. And then... oh no. It is liquid. It's me, dear brother. Then we'll save a little bit of time here by activating codec early and calling Otacon, whereas normally you would have to wait out for this exclamation point and then call Otacon, and then you would lose a few seconds. Alright.
Yeah, it's very handy. Like, that saves time buffering the codec more than any part of the run. That also does that. We've been doing it here and there, like after Ninja, or before Ninja calls you, telling you about the Nikita, and during the elevator with the Too Late Snake. But now's the best time to mention it. So right here, he's going to take a position, shoot this thing a couple times, and
The laser's hitbox is actually very small.
yeah.
That's why I use this strat, because you can just move up a tiny bit and the laser won't hit you. For some reason they made the hitbox really small. Alright, auto-lock didn't troll me. Okay, so how did I call it early? You just hold start and A, your codec input. You hold that for certain areas where an automatic codec would normally happen. And if you just hold it, it'll automatically bring up the codec on first frame possible. So for that particular thing where you do that before the exclamation point and the gas starts, it'll bring up the codec as soon as possible. We used to like mash for that and hope we get it, but it turns out you just hold the inputs and you're good.
It's no good.
So here's Rex Phase 2. It's pretty mandatory to take damage with this consistency strat. By not moving, he's going to be stuck in a loop where he uses machine guns, missiles. The missiles will always miss you, and it's just a pretty clean, very simple fight that anyone can do.
Nah, shut that one too.
If you took damage from falling off the railing earlier and it's not prepared, it could be a kind of scary situation. Yeah, that was kind of a rough Rex 2. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. But thankfully I didn't have to waste my rations, so I'm not worried about dying. I'm just worried about getting an accidental kill during the escape. But here we have Liquid, and I'm going to attempt a very, very, very precise attack that can actually take away half his health if I get it. But it's extremely precise, so I'm not going to hope I get it. Alright, I'm not expecting to get it. Liquid, move please.
Blue's gonna do a punch, manipulate his movement, then do a punch roll.
Oh, I got
didn't get it that
the worst time.
Boy. Gonna go attempt it again.
Ah, didn't get it still. That's fine.
So ideally, he would be in that corner, and if you roll at him at a very precise angle, you can get a huge damage roll. The roll will just connect with him over and over and over, and like even take him down to like the D in his name, for example, from near full health. It's that powerful. You can save a momentous amount of time and like revive dead runs. It's very cool when it happens, but it's also very unlikely. But then Blue took the next best thing and got him in the corner and put him in an infinite of 1 and 2 punches until he got to his final phase, where if you do too many hits in quick succession or a big hit, Liquid will fall down and you have to wait for him to get back up. So, still a good fight.
Yeah, like
the
first
final
phase
stretch.
usually has him just running around, and then second phase is like after the first third of his health is gone, and that's when he can actually pull off the infinite, where you just have to get him into the corner. And in third phase, he can't take 3 hits in a row, and you do not want to triple punch him, because then he'll suddenly get stuck with bad AI and won't just punch every time you hit him. He'll just start running around and being really evasive. But now that he's done, we're on the escape. Let's hope I don't get trolled by the machine gun in guard position. Nice extra hit there. Oh my god. You see what kind of angle I got stuck with after I got hit? That's awful.
Worst things ever.
Yeah,
so you saw that guard right there get taken out by the barrels. That doesn't actually kill anyone. It just knocks them out. Even though you're gonna maybe see one of the guards disappear, it doesn't count as a kill, thankfully. So that's the method of taking out these guys. You're gonna shoot the barrels. It won't count as a kill, and you have to do it to take out these guys. If you shoot them, kill any of them, it's big boss rip. So, one important thing you have to memorize is the second barrel that he's going to shoot on the right. You have to wait for the guard to move a little bit. There you go. Now he's in radius of the barrel and got blown up by it. If you blew that up early and he didn't die, or get knocked out, then you would have to kill him yourself. You cannot progress the game at that point.
Or at least not have big boss rank.
Right. So this guy has the weirdest hitbox.
Yeah, this is the strangest fight in the game, in my opinion. Like when his iframes are available and like trying to hit him during transitions. This fight is really strange. It makes no sense. It has some inconsistencies to it. It's probably not technically inconsistent. It's just probably precise enough to where it feels like RNG. Like he can sometimes get stuck on the left wall, and then after this part, he can sometimes still bonk you a bunch even while he's turning. So like this fight's really strange. It's hard to optimize. Alright, I'll take the trade. Alright, you missed me, that's good. Although he still took forever to get hit, so I didn't even know if it mattered. And I didn't... See, this fight's really strange.
Aimed at the same spot for like 10 minutes, and he still didn't take damage until finally he just decided to.
Ah, Liquid, stop!
Yeah, he's being a bully.
And that's time. RTA, at least. That's when we
Alright.
usually stop the timer. The IGT is still counting even during these end scenes, so... I don't know why this tradition was formed, but ideally the RTA should stop right when the credits start, but... That was still a solid run for a marathon. I'd definitely take that, because like my PB is an hour and 3 seconds RTA. So like if I just had a decent Ocelot split where I didn't have to go collect more ammo, if Wolf 2 is nice, and you guys saw the other mistakes. I could have actually PB'd this marathon if things went right, but that was still a really solid run. This should still be easily a 58.
Yeah, definitely. You played well. I'm
Yeah. I
very
played it
excited
mostly
that this got a good showcasing at this marathon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very nice.
I can't wait to see Plywood's run at SGDQ coming up, actually, so I'm hoping Plywood puts in a good amount of practice.
Oh baby.
It's gonna be interesting. It's pretty cool to see this game make another appearance at a GDQ. I'm really excited. So that was Twin Snakes on Extreme. Tomorrow we got Alien here running normal. So if you thought this run was cool, I highly recommend you check out the normal run, where it's gonna be really interesting and full of shenanigans. Like this run may have had some interesting strats and stuff, but normal has legit shenanigans with how you tackle some rooms and how you get rid of some enemies. It's really funny. You'd be surprised. I definitely recommend checking it out.
One of the cool things is how well you're rewarded with playing risky too, which is something that I really appreciate in a run. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm definitely pretty hyped. Yeah, under RTA estimate by 31 seconds. I kind of made my estimate an hour 1 minute as kind of a meme to reference, you know, I need scissors 61 minutes. Ha, Kappa, cringe. But I didn't really know what kind of estimate to put for this game because it can kind of be consistent enough as long as you know what you're doing. Like, even though some bosses went kind of wrong, I still got under an hour 1 minute, but I think what would have pushed it over that is if like the tank went totally wrong, but I put enough practice to keep it good enough, consistent enough. This song is still as good as it always was. I think you can kind of get pinged on YouTube for copyright stuff, so sometimes we might have to mute this, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
Eagle.
Oh man, where's Cruz when you need him? So I believe that's the end of the marathon. We're finishing up here with Twin Snakes, gonna see what our in-game time is, and then we're gonna have ourselves a good rest, and then tomorrow morning we're gonna start out with Tyler 2022 running MGS2 on European Extreme. And that one's gonna be really exciting. I love watching MGS2.
Definitely. That run is simultaneously brutal and, you know, butt clenching, as well as fun to watch. I love it.
Yeah,
and
for
that'll
sure.
be happening tomorrow at noon EST.
Yeah, I'm a Cali boy over here, so it's gonna be 9 a.m. for me, and I'm also a late boy, so I'll probably miss it, but I'll definitely watch a VOD back for it. Yep, next up we got, oh yeah, we got Jag doing MGS3 right after too. That's gonna be fun. Jag's always a great guy to watch, and MGS3 is also a good game to watch.
Yeah, y'all are in for a treat.
Yeah, shoutouts to Jag for doing 3 runs in this marathon, dude. That's a lot of Metal Gear knowledge and experience. Oh man, is there anything else we should mention here before we have any final words from Marathon staff?
Oh man. Not that I can think of. I mean, just want to throw out thanks again for having the staff include this game and all the runners that have performed science on this game and pushed it. And it's really come a long way since a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, this game used to be really slow and unoptimized, where we basically had shoutouts to Wall Guy, who's hella good at this game and pioneered a lot of the strats for Extreme, but we basically had him in the shadows doing his magic, and then once me and some of the guys, you know, me, Alien, Furry, Plywood, Tyler, when we were all doing science on normal mode, we finally got around to doing Extreme and definitely pushed both categories really far, and I'm proud of how far it went. So definitely shout out to the guys who are doing all this optimization, and Wall Guy for holding it up for such a long time. Because he had a really sick run some time ago that was like, it was the first sub 1 hour on Extreme, and that run was nutty. It had like the hardest trick to do on Ninja back before we had the current strat, where you have to do like a 2-frame window hit on a specific time on the Ninja to skip one of his phases and save like 16 seconds or some nonsense. So his run had a lot of optimization of the strats back then, but we've definitely pushed it pretty far up to this point, so I'm definitely proud of all the guys for really putting in the science.
Yeah, definitely. It shows a really, like, very good set of dedication and how much good can come out of Unity. As corny as it may sound, it's true. Like, we all pitched in to make these runs on both difficulties that much better, that much more fun to run, that much more fun to watch, and definitely giving this game the credit it deserves.
Oh yeah, for sure, because like I said earlier, even if this game is questionable casually, it's still a really good speedrun. It's not that hard to learn and has a fairly high skill ceiling. It's quite a lot of fun. I recommend at least trying it out if you can get over the control issues. It's a fun run.
The vector? Yes, sir. Fox die should become activated soon.
And then we're just listening to Ocelot, and we're going to come up to our IGT. I expect a, let's see. My PB is a 58.16. So I'm expecting a 58, I don't know, a 4x, something like that. So we just add about roughly 26 seconds. So either a 3x or a 4x. We'll see.
Be a high 3x. Yeah, that one long load.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Liquid is dead.
Liquid is
The
dead.
inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the
Yeah, this little tidbit at the end was formerly only on MGS1 if you got the best ending, but they just kept it in for whichever ending for Twin Snakes, giving spoilers for the next game. The next game that
next
is...
game. Yeah, tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Where you go
Happening
right
at
from
noon.
this, and then the time from everyone sleeping will be the time lapse between this game and MGS2.
Yes, sir.
Dang, that's meta.
The surveillance will continue. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr.
Alright, so what kind of time did I get here? 58.42. That's still a really solid marathon run. I'd definitely take that. and we're still at big boss rank. No kills. Didn't have to use my ration, and it's all good. That's a
Well
pretty good
done.
run. Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the mod chat where the other staff members are, so we can possibly get some last words in. And thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
All right, how's it going, guys?
It's going good.
Hey, welcome. Well done. Well frickin' done. Only words I have to say is the only word I have to say is C4. That's
C4.
only C4. Very impressive. Great job commentating for that run from the both of you. Even though a few of us are struggling to stay awake after this very long day.
Oh
But-
yeah, you guys have been up for most of it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
But we're gonna take a needed break for a bit. Come back tomorrow with our boy Tyler, who's in the chat right now. He'll be
Hello.
doing European Extreme MGS2, and is it confirmed that Python's going to be helping you with commentary later on in the run?
Correct.
plan?
And perhaps throughout, yeah, like from certain parts, if I feel like I need to concentrate, I'm just gonna have him explain some of the stuff. But yeah, Pythonicus would be my commentator. Yep.
Fantastic. And after that, we have maybe just go through a quick rundown of the schedule, just in case people can't go to the website itself. So after MGS2, we have Metal Gear Solid 3 from our very own Jaguar King. Ran Snake's Revenge today, or I guess yesterday at this point. Then Starwin, I'd say probably one of the newer members of the community overall, but he's been working hard on any percent for the Metal Gear MSX games. So that's going to be exciting. I know a lot of people haven't really been running those games in general, and it's going to be really cool to see the any percent category done in this marathon. And along with
Yes.
that, we have Jaguar again running Metal Gear Solid 1 any percent console, which is going to be also really cool. I'm going to be commentating for that. And Twin Snakes again from Airlian. Do check that one out. Even if you watch Twin Snakes tonight, Twin Snakes normal it's a different run and definitely a treat, something to see because the strat variations are pretty dramatic.
Yeah, it's definitely a
And-
very different run. Very, very different.
Yeah, for sure. And then after that, we're going to be finishing off the marathon with our ground zero suite, our MGS5 suite. We're not going to do ground zeros 3 times. We're only going to do ground zeros once, and it's going to be from one cool man XOF doing a new game all missions run. Could get world record. He said to me he's either going to get a world record or it's going to be a train wreck. So I'm a fan of that because
I'm a fan of that
one of those.
too.
I've had one of those happen to me not too long ago. Trying to block it out of my mind, but it's present. And then after Cool Man, we're gonna finish out the entire marathon tomorrow night with the Phantom Pain, and that will conclude our marathon. The very first Metal Gear Speedrunners marathon ever. So I hope you guys will be here tomorrow. Catch what you want to catch. We'll be here trying to make sure everything runs smoothly. And thank you all for watching so much. I hope,
Yes, thank you for watching, everyone.
whether you only caught a little bit of one run or actually stood with us the whole time, losing your mind slowly from lack of sleep, especially our European friends who it's like early morning now in Europe.
Hashtag rip strafe machine.
Yeah. Strafe was up until like 6 in the morning. This was definitely a more North American centered marathon. So we gotta give our props to our international viewers and runners.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's all I have to say. Well done once again, Blue. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Some more Metal Gear speed run, tactical espionage operations action.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see y'all next time for all
Yep,
those
see you
all
then.
those excellent runs for tomorrow. Have a
Oh
good night.
yeah.